Honestly, what's wrong with most, dudes is they have a hard time questioning everything they believe because it's all about pride. And being a man myself, I can understand that there's, the pride element, and that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with you questioning the beliefs you were taught from whenever. There's nothing wrong with, challenging everything. In fact, my most proudest moment as an adult man is when I stood up to my mentor figure I had a couple years ago. When I stood up to him, I was most proud ever at myself because, like, I wasn't gonna go for no bullshit. The point is, and people don't understand. It has nothing to do with saying that men need to start simping for women more. In fact, that's just as bad and toxic as well because it's mostly women that don't like the men. I'm just saying, if dudes these days had a lot more backbone, stood up to just everybody in general, you know, and go actually do the research themselves rather than have someone else having to teach them. The stuff that you can learn from an alpha male, you can learn from touching grass and going outside and figuring out stuff. And if you need someone to help you with financial stuff, you could, hire a financial advisor that's going to teach you better stuff because the alpha male's going to teach you how to buy expensive stuff that make you look like you're rich when you're not. But it's also the fact that I see a lot of dudes that spend a lot of money on these alpha male boot camps and these podcasts and these courses and all this other stuff when you could pocket that money or talk to maybe a neighbor or a manager or someone at the gym that's an older guy to get advice from, or your friend's dad if they're still around, or whatever happens, you can actually get that advice for free without spending so much money on it. And that's the thing that people don't understand. I think if people just, work a job, clean their, clean their houses, clean their stuff, go to the gym, eat correctly, save money, I think most dudes would be doing a lot better. But like I said, my problem is the reason why we got such learned helplessness in this world now is we put our faith in other people. And that's the problem. We take the power we already have on the inside and chant other stuff. Why do you think in like the big church, the mega churches, and not even mega churches, even churches in general, the pastor, the priest, or whatever is driving a Hellcat or a Dodge Ram or something nice? How do you think they got that car? By preying on the insecurity of you thinking you're gonna go to hell if you don't do it. When God can materialize not only a human body for himself and live here, he can also materialize money. That's how powerful God is. He doesn't need human money. And the human money is not going there to build churches or pay for landscape or piping, which should be, but most of the time it isn't. I think the reason why the powerful people and it goes to the whole thing with the CEOs and all the ultra rich people, they got to where they are because of us, because of our compliance and the fact that we simp to them rather than, try to change our fate, to try and change our destiny. You know, I think if we just woke up and just start doing whatever you want to do, question everything, because not everything is right information. Even the stuff I say to you, don't go out of their way 100% believe what I gotta say that comes out of my mouth. Do research, Google everything before you believe even what I have to say, because it's like we're human beings. We are flesh and bones. We are imperfect. That is the truth. But also, we are good once we accept and stand up for stand up for ourselves and be able to challenge the blind belief that people have today. But that's where I'm going to leave it right there. It just depends on us to actually, you know, do our own research and not depend on someone else for that research.